Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy, brought to you by the Gonna Geek Network. Bringing you the latest nerdy news and geekdom, here are the hosts of the show. Anthony.
No pants, all bacon and dick butts.
Naki.
Don't be jealous that my robot penis is bigger than your robot penis.
Chris.
So when Chris doesn't know how to transition to a new topic because he's flustered, he just hits the button on the soundboard.
And sometimes some special guests.
This makes Burt Reynolds blush.
As Magneto once said, ha ha ha, welcome to die!
If you're a kid and listening, you rock and your parents are awful.
A brand new ATGN starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 188 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, recorded live on Sunday, December 6th, 2015, live on the Blab streaming service instead of Google Hangouts on Air. Why, you might be asking? Because Google Hangouts on Air just effed me over this morning and I couldn't get it to work. So we went to Blab because I know it works. So thank you, Blab, for me knowing that you work. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yes.
So a little backstory. This podcast is 188 episodes long, and I'm not saying that to toot our own horn here. I'm just saying that to go, we've done this for 185 episodes on Google Hangouts on Air. The first 3 were on Twitch directly. For some reason today, we go to Google Hangouts on Air. I start the hang up just like normal. Things are working fine. You get that little progress meter before you can go and broadcast, and it gets stuck at 99%. 3 different times when I relaunched the Hangout. So we could not do a Hangout on Air, so I came here where I know things work. That makes me very happy that I know it works.
Unfortunately, though, the side thing is that we can't have Anthony on.
Yes. What we have learned is that Anthony Bachman, our regular co-host, he uses a Chromebook right now because he's got roommates and can't use his main PC in the living room. Chromebooks work all right with Hangouts on Air because Google product likes Google product. Go figure. It doesn't so much like the Chromebook, Blab.
Hi, Mr. President. That's what I refer to Big Papa as.
So I will say I've been wanting to experiment with using Blab with ATGN for a while. So we're going to do it today. Not necessarily because we were wanting to and prepared to yet, but because our hand was forced. So thank you, Blab, for being welcome and accommodating. The thing that is nice, those of you that are watching live over at geeks.live or live.atgnpodcast.com, I've embedded the Blab. We have a chat room on those pages. There's also a chat room associated with the Blab itself. I'll be monitoring both of those, and it should be almost near real time we hear you guys now instead of the 30 to 45 second delay we normally have.
Yay!
So there's advantages to trying new stuff, and I'm done bitching, and I would like to say welcome.
What was there bitching?
I was bitching about Google.
That's not really bitching, though. It doesn't seem like it to me.
Shh.
Okay. Chris Bitches is the new name of this
So for those of you that might be new to the show, I'm Chris. I'm one of the original hosts. So is Naki.
Hi.
And then we have the guest host extraordinaire, one Willie D. Nelson, a.k.a. at South Porky on Twitter. That's the other nice thing.
Coming at you live.
We are at you live, so why are we getting weird questions from people?
SP, no, you cannot. It will burn up.
Yes, SP was asking, can you use wax paper in the oven without it burning up?
It will burn up and melt, and it's gross.
Naki doesn't know what she's talking about. Do it, kids, without parental supervision.
I have a culinary degree. Shut up, Willie.
Don't listen to her. I cook and bake, so I kind of know what I'm talking about, and Naki can shut it.
Shut your face hole. Shut your face hole.
I don't even know where to go from here. This is normally where I would hit a button that would awkwardly transition us into News of the Week. So just imagine you hear the News of the Week music right now.
News of the Week.
Chris has no buttons.
Naki's the soundboard for me this week instead.
Did I sound like Chris's voice and everything? Because that's Chris's voice.
No,
not really.
Not at all.
You need to grow a beard.
Hang on, I got this.
The boobs and clam is not enough.
Does that work? Did I do it? Am I Chris now?
No, it's too shiny.
Oh,
yeah, my beard is more red and gray now than anything. I actually have gray hairs in my beard now. I've realized I'm getting old.
I dye my hair so you can't see my gray. I've been getting gray hair since I was 18. Shut up.
I only dyed my
I've been
hair
going
with
bald
one
since
time.
I was 18.
Same
And now I
here.
am just bald.
Ding ding.
So let's roll into our news. I'm going to toss to you first, Naki. What have you got for news of the week this week?
I actually have two newses of the week.
Two newses.
Newses.
I like
First one you probably heard about on our Gonna Geek's sister show, the Game of Thrones podcast, Tyrion's Landing. Ba-ba-da-dun. See, I did the thing. Did you see me do the thing? I did.
I saw you do the thing.
Cross promotion.
So I actually so Lively Debate says in the chat room everyone should be bald at least once. I did shave my head for the ages of 22 to 23. I was shaved because I was growing out my mohawk. Fun
It's
facts.
actually fairly liberating having.
I thought you were about to say the Age of Apocalypse, but whatever.
You know, whatever's. So anyways, so the first one, which you probably saw on Tyrion's Landing, is that Game of Thrones Season 6 trailer dropped. And who's all about it? It's Jon Snow. He's all over it. And after
Isn't he
last year's season finale, spoilers, Chris.
If you haven't seen it, at this point, it's your own damn fault. That's how I say it.
You've never seen Game of Thrones.
I don't care. So
Well, this worked out well. God damn it.
I meant
anyway,
about Game of Thrones, not your news.
So, but Jon Snow is all over it. Bran is back. We didn't see him at all last season because we're pretty positive he's a tree. And so that was all that was in the teaser. It's only 45 seconds long. It's actually I'm going to throw it into our little chat room here. Yeah.
Chat doofer.
I could do this. I could do this thing. Look at this.
I don't know about this.
Oh, no,
I
I
haven't
can't.
seen it show up in our chat yet.
Let's see. Bam! I did the thing. It's right there. See? If you go into our chat room, it's right there. So anyways, there's a 45-second little trailer. My second news of the week, is that Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's has her own mask now, and it's officially licensed. And here's that. For those of you who are unaware, I am completely terrified of Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's not because, it's a scary game. Because, honestly, the jump scares aren't that scary. I'm terrified of animatronics, mannequins, all that stuff. I think they're the creepiest fucking things alive. Give me crawling hands. Give me, blood and gore. I can handle that. I cannot handle animatronics. So, fun facts, in case you didn't know this. And Five Nights at Freddy's scares the shit out of me. And so now my friend Crystal was just so kind to share with me that you can be Chica too. And there is a creepy Chica mask, which is actually creepier than the actual game itself, that has been licensed. There's actually a shit ton of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff on here. But if you want to see me play through Five Nights at Freddy's, go up to absurdvarieties.com. Little self-plug there. And you can see the first 2 episodes. Of which I have launched. I have not launched the third one yet because I had so many issues with the recording of it. So that will eventually be there.
Technical difficulties, I understand that, especially this morning.
But I mostly did it because that man right there, Chris, that one, was bugging me to see how terrified I would be during Five Nights at Freddy's, and it worked very, very well. It was terrifying. I hate it. I was like this the whole time. True facts. Okay, that's my news of the week. I did the thing.
So Naki talked about games at the end. I'm going to talk about games also. You guys might know I'm a huge fan of Telltale Games, especially their Walking Dead games. I've talked about before on this podcast how it made me cry parts of the Walking Dead game they put out because it pulled on the emotional heartstrings so much. So at the Game Awards in Los Angeles, Telltale announced 2 big new games, both of which I'm excited for. We'll go with the first one. They're doing another Walking Dead game. It's The Walking Dead Michonne, which takes place between issues 126 and 139 of the book itself. So I guess it ties into canon, which will be talking about what Michonne does while she's away from Rick, Ezekiel, and the rest of her group and what brings her back. I'm super stoked. It's going to be a fun tale. But
I do like Telltale Games. I still haven't finished Tales of the Borderlands.
I have to finish Tales of the Borderlands also.
I do like Telltale Games, but their engine needs work. It keeps stuttering. It's not a well-made engine.
Where are you playing it on?
PS4. I've heard this from multiple people though.
See, I've had no issues with it on my PC. I've had issues on it on my 360 though, because I haven't been able to finish The Walking Dead because on the 360 it just didn't port over well. But on my PC, I've had no problems.
So I only ever played any of the Telltale games. I played episode 1 of The Walking Dead on my 360 because it was free, and then I've just done the rest on the PC from there. And even my crappy laptop wasn't having issues with it, so it might just work better on a PC environment in most cases. I will say that this game from Telltale is coming to all of the traditional stuff. You've got PCs, Macs, PS3s and 4s, Xbox 360s and Xbox Ones, iOS and Android. So it's going to be everywhere for you to play. I have not played any of them on iOS or Android, though. I assume it works pretty well there.
I don't know, because they're so quick time. And some, I know at least with Tales of the Borderlands, you've got a lot of quick time events. So I don't know how well that's going to port to like a mobile device.
I've played the Back to the Future game, I think, on my iPhone like 2 or 3 years ago, because episode 1 was free, and it was all right. But it was also 3 years ago, so I could be remembering poorly. But the first game was Walking Dead Michonne. That's awesome. Here's the more important one. They're doing a Batman game, Telltale.
Yep.
Oh, my parents are dead. Blah. That's the game. That's the game right there.
I'm okay with that.
Sorry to spoil it for you. Blah.
I don't know, but the way Telltale does its intense storytelling, that's really fun, and I just can't wait to see how they pull off doing Batman, where it fits in, what kind of story it is, how old they have Bruce Wayne being. Is it an origin story, or is it like Dark Knight Rises kind of thing? I have no clue.
You know, if they do like the first Nolan Batman movie, if they do it like that style, what was that? Batman Begins? Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Because Batman Begins was the first Nolan film.
Okay.
You're thinking way too hard on this, Naki.
Well, you know what? There's so many Batman movies that it's just no, Jasmine.
So there's a ton of Batman stuff that's out there. Batman and Robin's the best of all time.
Forever. Okay, Batman forever with that Jim Carrey thrust.
So Telltale had come out and said on their official blog they've been honored to bring their unique approach to interactive storytelling to some of the biggest entertainment franchises in the world, and they're excited to announce they'll soon be exploring what it means to be Batman in an all-new series starting next year. They don't say anything about what's going to happen in this, and I'm going to say it now, even though I don't think it'll happen. I want Kevin Conroy to be Batman, please. Please.
Wait,
obviously.
Was there not a voice in the trailer for Batman? I can't remember. I watched it live.
I think there was. The trailer is available on the web. They'll be in our show notes for the podcast itself. If you want to see the show notes, you can go over to shownotes.atgnpodcast.com and click the link for episode 188, and you can see the same stuff we're going to discuss today and links to all those news stories. The trailer is included in that article as well, so feel free to go ahead and watch that. But yeah, Batman and Walking Dead, it is a good day to be a Telltale Games fanboy. Plus, I still have to finish Tales from the Borderlands, so I'm in good shape.
Well, when's that? Those next couple episodes coming out?
Tales from the Borderlands is done.
Yeah, Tales is done.
Okay, that's good.
I wanted to. So, if you follow me on Twitter, I was tweeting on Friday night that I was going to finish it because I'm in the middle of episode 3 right now, and then everything went wrong. The game crashed. My Xbox 360 crashed, which was the first. That's never happened to me. And I was like, and now I'm sad and I'm angry and I don't want to play anymore. So I wound up not finishing Tales of the Borderlands, but I will.
So, Naki, you're our Borderlands expert of the panel here. SP is asking in the chat room, what Borderlands game should he start with?
You can start with 1. It is very muddled in the story, but it gives you a good introduction to the original 4 characters who are a major role in Borderlands 2. You don't have to play the whole thing through because the game is very muddled. The story is very hard to follow because they hadn't quite. It was the first game, so like it's fun, but there's a lot of like seek and destroy missions and putting stuff together. And I play. He's asking which way to play it. I played it on my 360. I have it for Steam. I have it on my Steam account though as well, and I haven't played it on there yet.
So SP, what I would advise you is I got the Borderlands Handsome Collection, which is Borderlands 2 with the pre-sequel re-engineered for the Xbox One, and I wanted to go play some co-op online. there is barely anyone playing co-op, it seemed like, when I searched on Xbox One. I don't know if it's the same on 360 still, or if that carries over with what you're seeing on PS3 and PS4, but the multiplayer was a wasteland.
Well, here's
If
where
you
I'm
want
going
to play
jump in.
360, I'm always willing to play. My gamer tag on there is Naki.
You stole my thunder. I was going to say, get a collection for PS4. You don't need the first game. You just need the second game and Handsome Collection. You can join it with me. I will start a new character with you. It's all good. I know you have a PS4 now, SP. Willie Nelson.
And I believe Anthony has this also for his PS4
Yes.
he got.
He's
so
got the Handsome Collection for PS4 because he was asking if I have it.
So it's really fun.
Sorry.
I just couldn't find people online to play when I was playing the Handsome Collection. And I had to say it was really cool the fact I could move my characters from the Xbox 360 over to the Xbox One to carry them over. That was really cool. You can do the same PS3 to PS4.
Well, I don't think I've ever had fun playing with random people on Borderlands. I've always had fun jumping with other friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or split screen. Me and my buddy, we played split screen with that. Very, very fun.
If you do want to play 360, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm willing to play. I love the game. Shut up, Willie. And I played with Chris, and I was mean to him. Sorry.
That was a few years ago now. I'm good.
Hashtag not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Just kidding. But I mean, I really enjoy these games. As y'all know, it's like my favorite series. And so if you want to start with game one and you want to play through that real fast, I'm already got leveled characters. I could just run you through it. And so you know who each characters are. And then Borderlands 2 is where the real story starts. So I mean, if you're a completionist like I am, and I understand.
SP's asking, is Borderlands one of the games on the 360 you can play on the Xbox One now? I think it is. I think it is one of the backwards compatible ones.
Yeah,
I will check the Googles here and see what it is. They did 100 games, and I could have sworn Borderlands 1 was, but I could be wrong.
But I'm seriously saying you don't really need the first game. It doesn't really add much except for like, oh, it's that character. I got you.
I think the only thing really, because like, and I might be partial because I am a completionist, but I feel like to get there's an emotional thing that happens in Borderlands 2, and to get that real emotion there, you have to know the character, which you learn in Borderlands 1.
Right, and I can confirm right now, Borderlands is backwards compatible on Xbox One, so you can pick it up for probably like $9 pre-owned at GameStop, and you can
heard
play
it here
on
first,
Xbox
people.
One. Oh, you didn't hear it here first. Microsoft said on September 5th in the article I found.
But if you do want to play in the 360, I obviously will play with you.
So also it was brought up to me earlier, Dan in the chat had mentioned The Witcher is on sale right now for mini consoles, things like that. I think he said it was down about half off. I did also see today, if you are an Xbox gamer and you've been holding off on wanting to buy like Tomb Raider or Star Wars Battlefront is half off on the Microsoft store, so you can pay $30 to get Battlefront. And Tomb Raider is $20 off over on the Microsoft store just for today only.
There are also lots of sales going on. Christmas. Yeah, there's also lots of sales going because of the video game awards that happen.
Yeah, probably. VGA.
Yeah,
Was
there's
it VGA?
Yeah, VGA. Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, so if you are an Xbox gamer right now, you can get Black Ops 3 for $30 on the Microsoft store. That's half off. You can get Battlefront for half off, $30. Tomb Raider is $20 off. The Guardians limited edition of Halo is $30 off. The starter packs for Lego Dimensions are $20 off. There's a ton of deals over there. So if you're an Xbox One fan, that's the way to go right now. Buy them on there. That's what I would say. In fact, I'm almost tempted to say that might be almost cheap enough for me to buy a Call of Duty game.
No. God damn it, Chris. Don't do it to yourself.
Chris, it is actually pretty fun. Like they know how to make fun multiplayer.
Damn it, Willie. No Call of Duty. Call of Poopy.
I mean, people play it for a reason.
No Poopy.
I'll be honest. I'm tempted by the fact it's half off, and so is Star Wars Battlefront, and I have like 3.5 weeks of vacation coming up where I'll be doing nothing in December. So I kind of
3.5 weeks. God damn.
Well, you factor in the holidays and stuff like that too. It ends up being 3.5 weeks off of work almost. So, or is it 2.5? I don't know. Either way, it's a crap ton of time where I don't have anything to do besides clean my house and play video games. So I might end up picking up Black Ops 3 and Battlefront. I'm conflicted on Battlefront, though. I'll let you guys try and convince me later if you want. I played the beta, and I was like, it's okay. I just don't like the big team battle aspect of everything.
I heard Battlefront is really pretty, but the game itself sucks.
Well, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents. After playing Black Ops 3 and then playing Battlefront, feels very bare bones in the multiplayer. Like, that's all there is, just multiplayer. There is some single player where you can also do co-op, but it's not much to it. And it's just those 9 modes of multiplayer, and they're kind of interchangeable except for the Walker Assault. You got your course classic team deathmatch, your capture the bases. It's very bare bones, especially in the unlock system. But in going from Black Ops 3, where every boom, you unlock this, boom, you unlock that, boom, 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 flashy. Feels very bare bones.
Right, and I would say I would buy Tomb Raider, but I know I'm getting it for Christmas, so there's no reason for me to buy Tomb Raider because.
Are you talking the new Tomb Raider game?
The new Tomb Raider, it's
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's like a 6-month exclusive. Yeah, the first one. The first one I really liked until I rage quit because I ran into a glitch where I got stuck in a wall and it auto saved me there. And every time I loaded my game, I was stuck in the wall. And I was literally like an hour away from beating the game. So I rage quit the game and I haven't played it since, even though it was a free download.
Oh, I got it for free download too.
I really like it. It's a fun game. It feels like Uncharted with Tomb Raider, basically, and it's a blast. And I'll play the second one, and hopefully it doesn't do that to me and make me rage quit. Because other than that, I love the game.
I'm in the middle of that game right now, and well, not really the middle. I guess I'm still in the beginning areas because I've only played like 2 hours of it, but I really enjoyed it. Like I just haven't gotten back to it. I'm not good at playing games on my 360 right now because I have this big fancy computer that I'm like, ooh, Undertale. And that's what I've been playing a lot of.
I have the same problem too.
Yeah, Undertale's really good, guys. And after I finish the pacifist run, I'm going to do the genocide run. Really kind of excited for that.
I do want to mention before we move on, I'm guessing, Naki, you didn't watch the Video Game Awards?
I did not. I was not around when it was on.
Chris, did you see anything else that piqued your interest during that whole...
I didn't actually watch them. So,
I did see something that everybody was posting about.
I think I know exactly what I was about to mention. I'm sure it has to do with Konami.
Yep.
Yes. I saw this. And I'll let you take this story. This is some true horse shit coming from Konami.
Like, I've been hearing for months and months because I listen to a bunch of different video game podcasts, and they've been talking about, like, the fallout from Hideo Kojima and Konami. And there's only speculation. Like, we don't know. No one's come out and said, oh, well, Kojima's being a dick about this whole thing, or Konami's really giving him the ass end of everything. We don't know anything. But no matter which way you put it, Konami looks bad while seeing this whole throwdown. Their lawyers said you can't go to the Video Game Awards, and Jeff Knightley went out and I was amazed when he just pulled all that out and just said, yeah, Konami didn't let him do it. And then you hear the boos in the audience.
Okay, that actually wasn't the news I thought you were going to talk about.
Oh, then what was yours?
Psychonauts 2.
Oh, yes. Well, that's not Konami. That's Double Fine. Tim Schafer.
Yeah. Wait, I was like, this isn't what I thought you were talking about.
So
I was talking about Psychonauts 2.
Before we go to Psychonauts 2, just real quick on the Konami issue. I mean, it's ridiculous. His game won Game of the Year. He was not allowed to be there because they basically told him he couldn't be there. Horse shit.
Oh, and
you've lost so much fan goodwill at this point. The fact that they fired him, number one, but they've kind of got him locked under contract so that he can't go anywhere. And then they've pretty much said no more Metal Gear games. What the fuck else is Konami going to make right now?
And I think they even made a joke, too, because who was there to accept the award for the game?
Jack Bauer.
Kiefer Sutherland. And then I think later on or earlier, they even made a joke like, and the voice of Snake, David Hayter. Oh, whoops. Because David Hayter has been the voice of Snake from Metal Gear Solid for the PS1 and on until now. And then Kiefer Sutherland is now the voice of Snake in this last game. David Hayter, you might remember from The Guyver 2 from the 90s. That was a horrible movie. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say, boyfriend just rage quit Metal Gear Solid, the last one.
I cannot get a whole handle. I played the Ground Zeroes. They made it free, and I can't get a handle of the controls. I'll go back and play Metal Gear Solid 1 if I want to play it.
He actually really liked it up until the end, which is where he rage quit. Right?
Did he get stuck in a wall too?
Yeah, he didn't get stuck in a wall. I guess the ending is bullshit. No, what?
You heard it here first, people. Metal Gear Solid 5. Quote, the ending is bullshit.
See, I've heard most people really enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 5.
He enjoyed it until the end. He just kind of hit a wall because it's an ending that never ends, I guess.
Well, I guess, did you see what's going on right now? They've said there's exclusive cutscenes you can unlock if you get rid of all the nukes on your worlds. So now there is like a nuclear arms race going on of people trying to disarm all of them, and then people kind of trolling like, screw that, we're going to make more nukes so you don't get these exclusive cutscenes. I'm like, this is hilarious.
You know where I heard that from? I heard it from the Unqualified Gamers podcast. I heard all about Cody talking about it.
You can find that over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. I guess I'll mention this now. It's a good time to mention we are part of a network, the Gonna Geek Network. Find out more over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. There's tons of awesome podcasts you can listen to and occasionally watch because some of them live stream. So head on over to GonnaGeekNetwork.com. And what were you saying about Psychonauts, Naki?
Psychonauts 2 was announced during the awards, which I believe they're doing a Kickstarter for. If you haven't played Psychonauts, it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun little multiplayer game. I also play Awesome Knots, which is essentially the same thing.
What?
No, I'm kidding. It's not the same thing. It just has a similar name. But
Awesome Knots.
Psychonauts is also a lot of fun. Highly recommended. It's on Steam. Check it out. Do the thing.
I'm going to have to interject. It's not Kickstarter. It's Fib.
Is it Fib?
Yeah, it's Fib.
I knew it's a Kickstarter-like thing.
Yeah, but it's not Kickstarter.
So.
And yes, John didn't talk about it literally. Cody talked about it literally. SP.
Cody is our verified person.
He is Twitter verified, so he gets
Twitter verified.
He gets a lot of cool points for that, I guess. So Anthony did have some news he wanted to talk about, but sadly his Chromebook did not like the Blabs at all. You probably heard us talk about it before we started recording. There was assorted cursing and things like that. But what he wanted to talk about is probably what a lot of other people have talked about. It is the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice trailer that dropped Wednesday night. Now, I'm trying to find... Wow, okay. So, Naki, you're in about the same boat I am, but I've got on the record of kind of being meh. Willie, you seem like you are genuinely excited about the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice trailer. Tell us your initial thoughts.
Well, I wouldn't say... I mean, it's a movie I want to see. I liked Man of Steel. What's wrong with you two?
I have taste.
Destruction. Superman destruction.
Super porno destruction.
And I'm going to have to say that.
Were you watching Ninja Brian?
I liked Man of Steel. Screw y'all.
All right,
it is a good action-y movie, and I do have to say the special effects in there are the best I've ever seen. Like that looks really damn well.
The best you'll see until Friday, December 18th, when Star Wars: The Force Awakens hits theaters.
All right,
SP liked Man of Steel. Sabina did not. So there you go. You've got one. You've got one person on your side. One.
So, let's go back to the trailer a sec. I caught some flack for this on Twitter and on Facebook. I said this. I said, I was legitimately more excited by the Legends of Tomorrow trailer than I was the Batman v Superman trailer. That's just me. I like those characters more. But all right, trailer thoughts. Does anyone think they kind of just shot their wad early by being like, "Here's Doomsday"?
Okay, so this is something that I've talked about a lot on the show, and this is not news to anybody if you're a listener or a watcher of the show. I am really disappointed that I'm not excited for this movie. I really, really these are our favorite superheroes. These are the superheroes we grew up with. As much as I'm tired I am of Batman and I dislike Superman now, and Wonder Woman was my hero, I'm not excited for this movie. I'm just like, it's dark and gritty, and I'm so tired of dark and gritty that I don't care. I just don't care.
But, you know, one thing I did say is that I would reserve judgment on Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne / Batman. We're what, 3 trailers in now? I kind of like Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like the smirk he has on his face when he's talking to Clark Kent in the early beginning, I'm like, that is straight out of the cartoons. There is a Kevin Conroy Batman that does that same expression. Kevin Conroy is obviously the voice, but
that's not the thing that bothers me. Like Batfleck doesn't bother me. Destructo Superman bothers me. It's just it to me. If we were going to go Batman and Superman, I would really like to go the comic book way of the fact that they had a really fun comic series together. And that was something that I enjoyed as a kid. And I would so much rather see that on screen rather than dark, gritty, we hate each other fighting all the time type thing. So, and don't get me wrong, they do that now in the DC universe, but it's it's very frustrating.
In all fairness, they could be building towards that friendship between the two of them after this whole thing happens. We do know there's a Justice League movie coming. There's a rumor that Aquaman and stuff shows up in this, but after the Batman v Superman event, they could have a grudging respect for each other, things like that. It's just this trailer, there's some cool visuals. I love some of the visuals in it, but I think it suffers from the problem that a lot of other movies do, where they need to learn from J.J. Abrams, is how to build a trailer without giving everything away. Because we already know there's less dramatic tension in the movie now. Batman and Superman are going to fight until they don't have to fight because they have to team up to beat Doomsday, who looks like the Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie.
But there's also the fact that Zack Snyder does not have a good history of treating women well in movies. And I'm really hoping that they don't make Wonder Woman the sad sack.
Well, we don't think we've seen enough about Wonder Woman to have any idea how she's going to be portrayed. She looks badass on screen so far. That's what we know.
Well, so did Sucker Punch.
I never saw Sucker Punch, so I fully admit that.
I want to see Sucker Punch.
I saw Sucker Punch because I was really excited for Sucker Punch because it looked like a bunch of badass ladies, and it hurt me. Like, it hurt my soul on how bad that movie was. It was so bad on so many levels of bad. So, like, Zack Snyder doesn't have a good history with me with women, so I'm like sitting there like, I really hope I'm wrong. I want Batman v Superman to prove me wrong. I really do, because these are iconic characters. They're all in one movie. It's kind of like how we felt with Avengers, but it's I'm not excited.
Let me caveat everything I've said right now. Nothing is going to really show up on my radar too much until December 18th when I get to go see Star Wars. I'm fully on board the hype train there. Anything else is like, oh, okay, that could be cool after I see Star Wars. The trailer for Batman v Superman, there's some really cool stuff. I think it could end up being an interesting movie. I just worry it becomes another disaster pornish kind of flick like we got with Man of Steel. That's not me bitching a ton, but I don't know.
I'm just saying hi to the new people in the chat room. I didn't want to interrupt Chris, but hi Bruno, Irmo,
so just a heads up, Naki. The way Blab works, with one end, people get redirected to one that's currently in place. So there's gonna be a lot of people that pop in and out. So you probably
I'm saying hi because I'm being nice.
You can't read your note. It's too bright. You can't read it. And you didn't want to interrupt, but look at what you're doing.
Okay, so I wish Anthony was here to get his opinion on this. We'll have to ask him next week. What did you guys think of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor?
I thought it was the Facebook dude all over again.
He's Mark Zuckerberg.
Never saw that movie. But he seemed a little zany, Lex Luthor. I mean, I want to reserve until I see it.
He does get some awesome lines in the trailer where he's like, the greatest gladiator match in the history of the world, the son of Krypton versus the Bat of Gotham. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty cool line, I have to admit. I don't know. I'm worried it's going to be all Flash and no substance. No pun intended, because the Flash might show up too, knowing my luck. But I just cared more about Legends of Tomorrow, probably because I know more about those characters. I care more about them, and I like the world that's been set up, whereas I don't so much here. That's not me being like, oh, Batman v Superman, worst movie ever. It's me going, I have concerns.
Draftsman in the chat room says, I bought Sucker Punch on Blu-ray. I bought it for $5. I will sit down with a nice Chianti and sip it knowing that it hurts Naki's soul. If you don't,
good man. Good man.
If you don't know Draftsman, we've known each other for quite some time now, and it wouldn't shock me if he does these things.
That's fantastic.
He's not terrifying. He's a tall man, but he's not terrifying. I'm strong and mighty. I'm tiny but fierce.
Sure.
All right. So, did anyone else have any thoughts on Batman v Superman before we wrap up that discussion point? I'm sure Anthony will want to discuss it next week, so it'll probably come up again when he's able to get on the show.
Well,
it
we
looks
bitch more about DC.
fine. It looks fine. It's a movie trailer. What more do you want? I mean, I want to see it still. Do you want to see it? Yay or nay?
Yes, but not immediately. I don't have to go opening weekend.
Done.
So here's the thing, though. I kind of glossed over this. I think they need to learn on some of these, and it's a problem throughout Hollywood. Don't give away the whole damn movie in the trailer.
Also, yes.
I mean,
yes.
seriously, I've gone on record before, J.J. Abrams, especially with the Star Wars reboots, I was not a fan. But his trailers for Star Wars have been spot on in the fact.
Star Trek reboots?
The Star Trek, yeah, that's what I meant.
I mean, I know they were basically Star Wars.
They were basically Star Wars. So I've gone on record, I didn't care for those much. But the way he did the trailers for Star Wars, and I'm biased because, like I said, I'm super excited for Star Wars, it gives nothing away. I have no clue what's going to happen in that movie other than the fact there's some space battles, people run from stuff, and there's some fighting. I know nothing about the story. I know nothing of any secret twists or reveals. That's interesting to me, and that's the smart way to build a trailer. But to be fair, it's Star Wars, so he could have put anything out there, and people are like, I'm going to go see that.
Hype train? What?
Yeah, if you want on the hype train, we still got room.
Yeah, I joined the hype train as of recent. And this is coming from the girl with the Death Star tattoo. I was not on the hype train until probably the second trailer dropped.
The second,
because I was trying to avoid the hype train. I was trying. It didn't work.
You know what? You guys are probably going to condemn me for this, but I'm
To
still
hell.
way more excited. Naki,
To hell.
I'm watching you.
You watching me drink my
I'm
coffee?
still more excited than both Batman v Superman and Star Wars combined. I'm still more excited about Captain America: Civil War.
I'm not going to condemn you for that. It looks cool.
No, I'm not going to condemn you for that. I mean,
Combined.
Wow.
I mean that's pretty hype.
I am glad you are that level of excited. That's impressive to me. I mean, I guess the question is, were you more of a comic fan or more of a Star Wars fan growing up? That would probably dictate your excitement level.
I would never quite say I was ever or still am a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
I enjoy them. I watch them. I know the stories. I'm not a fanatic about Star Wars.
Gotcha. So that's part of the reason. Part of the reason why you might be more excited on those ones. Don't get me wrong. It's been a great trailer period. I mean, in the last 3 weeks, we've gotten Legends Tomorrow, another Star Wars TV spot because there's a bajillion of them, Batman v Superman, and Civil War. I mean, it's a good time to be a geek. There's some great entertainment coming our way.
Plus, to be honest, it's been a great time to be a geek for a while.
Plus, we also got the friggin' Flash and Arrow crossover.
Which I haven't watched yet, so don't spoil.
I will not say anything other than to say the fact that the casts of Crimson Comet and Starling Tribune crossed over to cover it this week as well.
A double crossover event?
A double crossover. John O'Lobster.
On the Gonna Geek Network?
Yeah. John O'Lobster came and joined us on Starling Tribune, and we sent Neil to go join the Crimson Comet to record.
I have not gotten the chance to watch it yet. It's on the plan to maybe watch it today after the show, or I'll watch it tomorrow after work.
Okay.
Well, here's what happens.
Shut up, Willie.
To hell.
Shut up. To hell, Willie. To hell.
To hell, I say. To hell.
Yeah.
No.
I'll see you then.
Yeah. So SP brings up a good point in the chat. He goes, since Neil lives in both Central City and Star City, it was a short commute for him. For those that aren't aware, Neil, who co-hosts Starling Tribune, lives in Vancouver, where they shoot both of these series.
Has he made an appearance on these series yet? Because they're always looking for extras. I get the casting calls.
Not that we know of yet, but he might one day. You never know. I think he's trying to get in the writer's room is more of what it is.
Oh, I got the casting call for Chicago Fire. They're doing a huge accident scene, but unfortunately it's a day that I have to work. But you get paid $10 an hour for the first 8 hours, and then you get double pay for after the first 8 hours, which they said the shoot generally lasts 12 to 14 hours. So if you're in the Chicago area, the December 14th, send them an email. They're looking.
So we're 38 minutes into the show. I think we finally wrapped up to the news of the week. Before we move on to anything else, though, I do have to ask: has anyone else finished Jessica Jones yet? I finally did.
Yes.
I finished off day 3.
I was going to say, like day 3, I finished it.
It's that Sunday after it came.
Yeah, I finished it the Monday after we recorded, I think it was. And I have to say,
Draftsman still hasn't finished it.
So I won't spoil anything for you, Draftsman. I will say David Tennant is incredibly terrifying at times.
Oh my God. It was so good. It was the ending was appropriate.
Yes, it sets up things for the future, and I'm kind of hoping that David Tennant, the Purple Man, appears in future Marvel stuff. I'm not sure how they'll do it, and that's all I'm going to say.
You said a lot by saying that.
He could have run off. He could have flown into space with the Incredible Hulk. I don't know how they're going to do it, is all I said. He could be in jail. Who knows?
Dressman says, I have not finished it, but it's because I'm sitting there taking notes on Mr. Tennant's performance. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Kristen Ritter was an amazing Jessica Jones, and they did some amazing writing there dealing with the PTSD and everything there. But fucking David Tennant, holy shit. Like it was okay, and SP says this right. Jessica Jones was rough to get through, and it was, and it should be, because it is a very battle-driven, rough, mentally story. I had to take breathers because it was just so hard for me to watch at times, and like, holy shit, like David Tennant. Like, don't get me wrong, I've watched him on other things other than Doctor Who, and I have my little adipose friend here. And I actually have my 10th screwdriver. But the thing is that, like, seeing him be creepy, but very charismatic, like, that drives you insane. It's so interesting.
So I think Johnny Papa's nailed it in the chat room. It was mentally disturbing. At times it is, but it just reels you in. You're like, holy crap.
I can't watch it again, like, right away. Like, I have to take a breather and watch something funny and mind-soothing.
I get that. They talked about on Legends podcast before, don't marathon Hannibal because you'll need a palate cleanser here and there. And this would be another one of those shows, I think, where you just need to watch a couple episodes of Jessica Jones, then go watch an episode of Community or something that's going to make you laugh. So you can just take a breath and make, oh, okay, I'm all right. I'm okay.
I made the mistake of marathoning Hannibal, which, first off, I was strangely hungry while watching that show, which says a whole lot about me, I'm sure.
Tastes like bacon.
Bacon.
Just got to cut the right parts.
But the other thing is, that's another show you should not marathon. Holy shit, that was a mistake. And I still haven't watched season 3 because it's not free on Amazon Prime yet. So I'm like sitting here like, must know what happened.
Well, there is a such thing called Google where you could read some plot summaries.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be spoiled. I just want to watch it. And iZombie, Sabina says she's using Jessica Jones to supplement her iZombie. I would do that the other way around, because I'm in the middle of iZombie. I'm in the middle of season 1. Boyfriend already watched all of it. He loves it. But I would watch like an episode of Jessica Jones, or like 2 episodes of Jessica Jones, and then watch an episode of iZombie to like palate cleanse yourself.
Right. So Jessica Jones, I really enjoyed it. I think it's tough to get through at times. Like Daredevil, I could easily go through and rewatch some of it, because while it is graphic, it is not the kind of stuff that makes me go, oh my God. It is more of, holy shit, I can't believe they did that fight scene wise. Whereas this is mentally terrifying. Sometimes Jessica Jones.
It's interesting because it's like stuff that we don't talk about. So it's stuff that, you know, it happens to people, but we never really talk about. So it's just kind of like, it's interesting the way that they're portraying it.
It is, and it's been really fun to see the kind of hype they've been getting on this, and both Kristen Ritter and David Tennant have been making the rounds when it comes to the publicity tour and things like that. Now, they were doing a Q&A on the Jessica Jones Tumblr, and I did want to bring that up because there's some funny moments they brought up there that they were asked, so I'll read a few of the questions and answers. They were asked, what's their best memory on set? Kristen Ritter said, I was carrying David over my shoulder, my hair got caught, went to drop him, and fell to the ground also. It sounds like they're having some fun there.
Yeah. Like, I think it was, I don't remember. Never mind. I'm going to shut up because I don't remember it right. So I don't want to screw that up.
If it's based off the Q&A, I have a few more that were answered that I can bring up.
I do have to say, I doubt I'll rewatch Jessica Jones. I'm sure there's a word for what I'm trying to think of, but it's what I see it like a big mountain that you have to climb just to finish watching it all over again. I don't think I want to take that climb again.
I think now that I've watched it, I could watch it again without feeling exhausted by watching it. Because I already know what's coming.
Yeah, you don't have to be like terrified of some of the stuff that's coming, because I was anxious about some of the things that are going on.
Johnny Pappas brings up in the chat room the show Broadchurch, which I enjoyed the BBC version. The Fox version that they did in America was dumbed down and just awful. They did another version. It was still David Tennant, which was weird, but it was like a different version of it. But it was slowed down and it was dumbed down, and it was like it didn't make any sense to me because it was dumbed down.
There were two other things I wanted to bring up out of the Tumblr Q&A. They were asked, "Can you describe your character in 2 words?" I will give you both the descriptions and ask you to figure out which character they map to. The first was motherfucker. The second was badass. Which applied to which?
Which show are we talking about?
For Jessica Jones.
Oh. Luke Cage is the motherfucker?
No.
Oh, that was down.
The motherfucker would be David Tennant saying that about his character.
Oh, yeah. I mean that. I thought you meant the literal motherfucker.
They were asked to describe their character in
Jesus.
2 words, and then Kristen Ritter described her character as badass.
Okay.
And they were also asked what their favorite quotes were from the show. And David Tennant says, "My wife's favorite line, 'I wrote it,' was his favorite line." I don't remember what that was from, in all honesty. And then Kristen Ritter said her favorite line was something about bags of dicks.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah. So I was sitting there, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I will put that link to the Tumblr Q&A. It'll be in the show notes if anyone wants to check that out after the show.
Wait, what are they talking about with Nuke and Jessica Jones? I'm
So I don't know how much you want to potentially spoil for anyone, but they introduced the character of Nuke basically from the comics.
Oh yeah.
Simpson is Nuke.
Oh yeah. Oh,
comes
duh.
down to.
Obviously. What? I'm like,
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh. Yeah, got it. I know things. I are smart.
Things.
I are smart.
You sure? You sure?
Willie.
Shut up, Willie.
Willie. To hell.
Willie.
To hell, Willie.
Nice.
I hate you, Willie.
We have fun.
Eat a
Here.
bag of
We have fun
dicks.
here on ATGN.
We do.
Willie knows I love him. I just like giving him shit.
Internet hugs.
Internet hugs. Burn you with coffee. My bad.
So we'll start wrapping things up here in a couple minutes, but I did want to talk real quick about one, potentially 2 other stories. It can be fairly quick. Did you guys hear that Coke is bringing back High C Ecto Cooler?
Is it for the new
I
Ghostbusters
did.
movie?
That is the rumor, is it'll be tied in with the new Ghostbusters movie.
I did hear a rumor,
I
and
can't wait.
I don't remember ever drinking it as a kid.
What?
It tasted
don't
like
remember
sugar
it.
and it hurt in my teeth.
Ecto Cooler was the best.
No,
I'm
it
sure
wasn't.
I have. I just have no memories. Like, ooh, Ghostbusters Ecto Cooler. Blah, 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 blah.
I just remember liking it because Slimer was on it, not because it
true.
actually tasted good.
Well,
The real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Your face
real-
is a real Ghostbusters cartoon.
I
don't
think
even know
that
what
joke
means.
left about 12 miles that way.
Aw, Willie. Willie. Anyways.
next story I wanted to bring up, because this is a fairly quick one. We talked about the Captain America Civil War trailer and how it was kind of a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal because it broke the Marvel's record for the most views in 24 hours for a trailer.
Because we could watch where Tony's heart actually breaks.
You could. There were 61 million global views in the first 24 hours of this trailer coming out. That broke Age of Ultron's record of 34 million. That's a big difference.
That is.
There's a lot of excitement, but it does not break the all-time record for a full trailer. I'm sure you can guess what movie holds that record.
Is it Star Wars?
Exactly, with 128 million views in a single day.
Yes.
Holy, somebody just propped me like a holy shit. Thanks. That was actually really fun to
Language.
watch.
You need to tone this down. Kids are watching, I think. Maybe, possibly. Never mind.
The props are
What?
falling. They're flying. I love
Now
you guys.
now they're messing with you. I love it.
I love it. It's amazing. They mean nothing, but I love it.
So one last news story is going to bring up as we wrap things up because it's fairly quick. Star Wars Rebels renewed for season 3. I don't know if anyone else watches it, but
I
Rebels
think Anthony watches it. I have
They
not.
had a
watched it.
season 2?
Season 2 is on right now. I think the finale was on Thursday or Friday. I'm not 100% sure though.
Is that on anything? Season 1?
Season 1 might be on
Hulu,
Netflix.
Netflix?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
No, Johnny Pappas says it's not anywhere right now. Maybe it might be on Disney's website, because at one point they were streaming stuff there. I'm not 100% sure. They could be holding off in the effort to get more DVD sales.
So I don't watch TV live at all. So
Noises!
So there's a website I can recommend if you're trying to find where a show is streaming. It's called canistream.it. You can look for both movies and TV shows and see where they're streaming.
Did you say
I use it
boobies?
a ton.
Boobies and TV shows? Boobies?
I said
we can
movies.
say boobies.
What's on
It
your
sounded
mind
like
today,
you said
Naki?
boobies.
Maybe that's
Let's say
what's
boobies.
maybe that's what's on my mind, and I didn't realize it. And it's not piracy, Johnny. I see in the chat room. I'm not sure if you're referencing that site. Canistream.at is all about legitimate places to stream things. It tells you whether it's available on Netflix or Hulu or Comcast streaming plan or where you can go and rent it.
That.
So it's a really solid service.
I'm still looking for Constantine, so if anybody...
There is nowhere legitimately to watch Constantine.
Willie.
I know. Hell.
I got nothing.
But I mean, I really want to rewatch Constantine, even though it'll break my heart at the end. Like, I really want to rewatch it, and I can't, because that little taste of Matt Ryan on Arrow was just like, oh.
Did it break your heart?
It broke my heart all over again, and even though I know he could appear in a season 2 possible of Legends of Tomorrow if we get that.
Check out last week's episode of All Things Good Nerdy for more on that topic.
Yeah. Like, he was just so good. And that show was so good. And NBC hurts me.
Yeah, you were a Community fan, right?
SP asks if I've tasted Matt Ryan. No. I think he'd be really weird if I just walked up to him and licked him.
This is taking a dark turn, so...
I'm just going to walk up to Matt Ryan and lick him, I guess.
If I had my soundboard, this would be where I'd push a soundboard button to transition, but since I don't have a soundboard... There, Naki was my soundboard again. So we're going to transition into closing up the show. We do that in our traditional way of playing a round of what I'm into. It's basically our chance to share with the audience and our later listeners what we've been getting into geek and nerd-wise, and maybe then converting them. So I'm going to kick it to the guest host extraordinaire, one Willie D. Nelson. Sir, what have you been getting into? What are you planning on getting into?
Well, what I've been doing is I've been watching the Video Game Awards Thursday night, and yesterday and today, I had to miss it yesterday because of work, is the PlayStation Experience going on right now. And I just want to know more about PlayStation VR. That's what I want to know more about. But be getting more on that. They did show a trailer for Uncharted 4. God, I'm waiting for Uncharted 4 so hard. And also for Final Fantasy VII Remake, where I don't know if you guys were ever Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
They're updating the graphics. They're updating the fighting mechanics to be like what Final Fantasy is now. So it's not turn-based, I don't think, from the trailer. It looks pretty good. And other than that, I'm actually playing the Uncharted 4 beta that just started Friday. Or it's only multiplayer, so it's pretty fun. Other than that, I also got another block in. I know you guys love these blocks.
Which block did you get this time?
Arcade block. I only subscribe to Arcade block and Nerd block. And also Japan Crate, which sends me Japanese candies.
I want that.
month.
Well, see, I'm
Then
jealous. I finally pulled the trigger on getting a loot crate, but mine doesn't come until sometime in December with the Mass Effect loot crate.
Oh, that's why you wanted it.
Yes, and I did also see, if anyone's into the Marvel version of Loot Crate or whatever it is, the February edition is Deadpool. And Willie, we can hear you crackling that wrapper all across your microphone.
Oh, okay, I'll do it over here. Well, it's for the crate, what I got in it. Or the box. You guys ever played Kingdom Hearts?
Yes,
Yep.
I have. Many years
I
ago.
got a little Keyblade, looks like a keychain. I get it!
You figured things out.
I see
did,
what they
but-
did there.
I get it! I didn't think of that. I'm not really a Halo person, but like with the arcade block, or the Nerd block, you got a Star Wars calendar. This one comes with a Halo 5 calendar.
Ooh.
Fancy.
I don't even know. Yeah, so I'll probably end up giving this away because I don't really.
You do
care
know that
about-
Spartan on the cover is Luke Cage from Jessica Jones, right?
Brrr.
And we all can tell how much Willie cares.
That was fantastic.
Never had an Xbox. Well, I do have an original Xbox, but I don't think I really ever played it that much. Besides, I think I did play Jade Empire and KOTOR on it. That's about it.
KOTOR was awesome. So was Jade Empire.
And then little Angry Birds little figure things. I don't know much about
Just
Angry
throw it.
Birds.
Just throw it. There you go. Now you feel better.
Oh, a natural 20. Yay.
Yay!
Oh,
The fact that
nice
you did it
Legend
is
of
amazing.
Zelda. Nice little Legend of Zelda wine topper.
Ooh.
All right. Well, you had me until it was a wine topper.
Well, or you can use it for any other bottles. It fits. It looks. But if you really want to, I don't drink wine, so
Just stick it in a Coke bottle. Just stick it in a Coke bottle. Be fine.
There's some context there of some kind that needs to be evaluated.
Nah,
I do think Willie might have frozen because he's not
Willie
moving.
World.
The camera. There we go.
I can hear him.
I heard that.
I can't see him, but I can hear him.
We can hear. There you go. You're back
I
now.
went to hell. And then my favorite part about this, since I was talking about it earlier, I already pulled it out, but here goes the case for it. An Uncharted Titan vinyl.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And here he goes right here. Little Nathan Drake with an AK-47.
Look at Nathan Drake.
That's
Look at
cool.
him. He's just so gun happy.
Here's the gun. Someone said, put the gun down. And I think that's about all I got into, guys. Besides working. Today's day one of a 3-day weekend.
Yay!
nice.
I'll spend it with you guys.
Because you love
We
us.
appreciate it.
Even though you want me to go to
love us.
hell.
I never said that.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know where you were going with it either. I'm
Not a
a
clue.
nice person. I don't do that to anyone.
I'm the nicest person on this show.
I believe when I did play Quiplash, you did put a couple of Willie Nelson mean answers on there.
There's no proof of this.
It's on Twitch. There's archives.
Those archives only
Aw.
last for a certain period of time.
You know more about this than I do.
I do indeed. So I'll go next. What I've been getting into, I just started playing Dragon Age Inquisition on my Xbox One because I picked it up for like $30 on Black Friday sales. Sorry, I got distracted because I have no idea what's going on the other camera.
I bumped my microphone, so I was like being goofy, and then Willie decided to grab his boobs.
Yeah. I don't even know where to go from here. I've also been playing some Steam games because I just can't get enough of playing the Saints Row games. Whenever I get bored in between podcasts or while we're doing pre-show on podcasts, I'm generally playing Saints Row the Third and driving around town just terrorizing people because I'm an awful human being.
That's fun. I almost put
That
the guy's head on my Xbox character. I can't think of his name.
Gat.
Gat.
Johnny
Gat.
Gat.
Yeah, Johnny Gat.
Johnny Gat.
Jesus, you call yourself gamers.
I'm a
not
fake
that much-
gamer girl. Hang on. I'm a fake gamer girl. You shove it in your mouth, right?
That's going in the intro.
I can't. I just said that on the internet. I'm glad this is forever. This is forever on the internet. I just said.
I'm not actually going to put it in the intro, but I'm going to
No.
save the comment.
No, it's okay because I've said worse things, and that's what's in the intro. No, actually, that the worst thing I ever said probably isn't in the intro. I don't think. No, it's not.
You did
Worst thing
sing
you
us
ever
a song
said.
Oh,
about porn.
The internet is really, really great for porn. But that's not me. That's Avenue Q. So whatever.
But
Anyways,
you sang it to us.
You did tell me to go to hell. I think that's the worst thing you ever said. But
no,
that's just me.
Willie. That's just the worst thing I've ever said to you.
Jesus. I feel special.
So Naki, aside from being mean to one Willie D. Nelson, what have you been getting into this week?
I've been playing the shit out of Undertale, which I really enjoy that game. If you haven't picked up on that, I really enjoy Undertale, and you should play that game. Other than that, I finished my Christmas shopping, other than for boyfriend, because I don't know what the hell I'm going to get him. And I had stuff, and now I can't remember. Oh, I'm reading The Last Unicorn, because apparently I haven't felt enough feelings these days, so I am I'm rereading The Last Unicorn, and then I'm gonna watch the movie, and then I'm gonna cry a lot because that's what The Last Unicorn does to me. And then what else am I doing? Right now, if you can't hear it behind me, boyfriend is playing Fallout New Vegas because his Xbox One can't be hooked up because we forgot some of the cords. So we're smart. And so he's in a Fallout hole right now. I've never been into Fallout. It's too open world for me. Sorry. But
I don't do it either.
I'm really happy for those of you who really like Fallout and you're enjoying Fallout 4. Good for you. I'm glad for you. And SP says I am the last unicorn. I don't have a horn.
Not yet.
Oh, that's my dog. Sorry. And then what else have I been getting into? I have been watching Game Grumps a lot, and on top of that, I have been listening to the shit out of a Ninja Sex Party, and who is composers of such song as "Everybody Shut Up, I Have an Erection," and he gets one at least 87 times a day. And then there's my favorite currently is Cookies. There's also Dragon Slayer and Unicorn Wizard, which is my new theme song, which is because I am the Unicorn Wizard, even though I don't have a dick, which is where my power comes from. If you like silly songs about erections and dicks, I highly recommend Ninja Sex Party. They also have a rap group called Starbomb, which they do a lot of like gaming raps, and they have one called Smash that I really enjoy. That's about Smash Brothers. There's another one called Luigi's Ballad and his love for Princess Peach. So
interesting.
Luigi? I thought he liked Princess Daisy.
You just need to watch it. It's actually really funny.
So looking in the chat right now, Johnny had said he's into Plutonia comic written by Jeff Lemire.
I've heard nothing but amazing things about Plutonia.
And then SP has said he is playing Fallout 4 right now.
I've heard a lot of people enjoy it. I'm not into this Fallout universe.
He also wants to remind us specifically one Big Papa, aka Stephen John Drew, that it is the mid-season finale, because he loves that term, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this week.
What's wrong with that?
He hates the term mid-season
season
finale. So if everyone could do me a favor and tweet at Stephen John Drew the words mid-season finale, you would make my day.
This is the mid-season finale of ATGN.
Is it? We've already used that episode name before to screw with Steven.
But that was last year, because I got that year reminder.
So it's the mid-season finale part 2?
Well, it's the yearly mid-season finale.
Or
I like it.
Thinking, what is it? Go ahead, never mind.
No, that's what the episode title is going to be right there.
The yearly mid-season finale?
Yearly mid-season finale is what it's going to be. So we are going to wrap things up because we have run a little over. Go figure, we always do. We're only about 2 minutes over, because normally we only go about an hour. We're an hour and 2 minutes in by my stopwatch. So as we wrap things up, I did want to remind everyone, you can find the show over at atgnpodcast.com. The entire back catalog is there, ways to contact us. If you like the bumps we play in the podcast, which you don't hear on the Blab, you can find them there. Find all that there. If you want to get a hold of us, you can hit us up on Twitter at ATGN Podcast or on Facebook at facebook.com/allthingsgoodandnerdy. You can also send us email feedback to atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com. Or best of all, if you really want to get a hold of us, you call the ATGN hotline at 304-806-ATGN. We stream live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern over at live.atgn.com, over at Gonna Geek at geeks.live, and we're on Channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app when Google Hangouts on Air works. Since it did not work, we were not there this week. Our apologies. We should be back next week. I did want to remind everyone, since we stream live on geeks.live, the next live show that you can view on geeks.live is Monday evening at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the official GonnaGeek.com podcast. So if you want some more live content, head over that way. And I have no idea what's going on camera. As we wrap things up, you guys have any parting thoughts for us?
Boobies.
I had bacon.
I expected that. Bacon. You had bacon?
I had bacon. I enjoy making my little adipose do things because it makes me laugh.
Still don't know what that is.
I'm not even sure where to go from there.
It's from Doctor Who.
Since I would awkwardly not know what to do, we'll just pretend I hit the button and the outro music is playing right now. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Is that the Doug theme song?
That's not our theme song.
I'm just going to keep the recording going.
I don't know what our theme song is.
All right, seriously, we're out of here. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.